Hello all, welcome to the channel. Today we take a look at Rise, and this game sees us as responsible people taking charge of the economic and social development of this city. You will be influencing a host of tracks. You have got political tracks, you've got culture, science, you've got industry where you can try and get more income, you've got a bank where you can improve your relationships to get cheaper costs when you take these actions. So a host of goodies as you try and have respect for the conservation and not provide too much pollution or increase the satisfaction of the population by avoiding those riots. Now this one is a medium complexity game, 2 to 4 players, and 60 minutes is about right from my players. You've got the designers there and the publisher as well, DLP Games. So let's take a closer look then. An overview of Rise then, here we go. So we're playing over 3 eras. We've got these cards here, era 1, 2 and 3. We've got these events. Once those have run out, the game is ended after 12 rounds. You've got this action selection at the bottom, and we're utilising these actions to manipulate this city. There's loads of modular boards. You've got the A side here. You can mix and match with the B sides on the opposite. You've got the news, the press here, which you can go around these little tracks, follow the arrows, you get the benefits, but you can only have 1 token on each one. So maybe we go there, we get 2 money, we get one of these matching icons from somewhere else, we've gained a bonus, we go up and we get this token, which then, bonus, which then moves up on this track. So we go around these little circles and you're getting more stuff. Here you can go to education and get these school tiles, which you keep in front of you, you'll flip them, get those benefits as well, and then you can flip them back over by maybe going to the bureau. So there's a host of different bonuses you can attain, and I'll go through what some of these do as well. But how does this all flow from round to round? So you're following these 5 steps. The first one you do is get income except for the first round. So we would look at our industry track, and however much industry you have progressed on, you will get this income as well, or maybe you got some victory points, but you have been polluting the city and you'll be going down this track here, which is the conservation. So you have to really balance how much industry you're going to go into and where you're going to develop your conservation. So that's the first aspect, is getting income. Now, to hold your money from round to round, you will have hopefully flipped your maximum limit from 5 up to 10 by going here. So that's kind of what these are for, is to keep track of how much money. Next thing you do is fill this display then. So these spots here, you've got 3 events randomly chosen, and you've got 4 different actions. You will then place down your token. So let's just say red's at first. They pick which action they're going to go on. They have to pay the cost above, so it goes from 0 all the way up to 3. So it gets pricey. But why do you want to do that? Because the higher you are to the right, the more of these actions you can do. So in this case, they could use one of their school tiles. They could use this to then flip them. And then they could use this to get another one of their school tiles. And these bonuses take you up these tracks. So these guys are like, okay, I've got no money. I'm coming down here. But maybe they'd invested in the bank, and going to the bank and investing means if you're in this phase, you get this particular action free spot. This one, you get here free. So let's just say this was the case. They could go here and they would not have to worry about the 2 coins because they've invested and they've got a good relationship with the banking sector. So let's just assume that's the case and they have come here to do this one. Now, you don't pick just yet which action you're going to do, top or bottom. You just pay the cost. Now, the yellow player has an important decision. If they go to the right of this player, then this red player is not going to get a little bonus. And it kind of reminds you on the board that if anyone goes to the left of you, in this 2-player game anyway, you can go anywhere to the left and the red player is going to get a bonus, which is to use one of their school tiles. Instead, if they go to the right, that player is not going to get that bonus. But you then forfeit your position in the next round as the starting player, because it's going to work left to right, and that means if it was like this, red player will be going first in the next round. So let's assume yellow, they go here because they really want to do some industry. That is it, you've placed. Red in this case, because yellow's gone to the left, slightly confusing, but they're going to get this play. So they're going to flip this school tile, which has got this icon. The red, they're going to go up here, they're going to get 2 victory points, boom, points. Now we then play out from left to right. So the action tile, no one's on there, done, discard. This one is an event. And this one, the yellow's going to trigger it first, is use one of their tiles. they're going to use this bank. So boom, they go up here. There's a riot symbol, a red symbol, which you have to do. You don't have to do any of the other colours, but you have to do the reds. So they're going to go down one here, and this is endgame loss of points. That is that done. Oh, red gets to do it as well. So red is going to, well, they haven't got a school tile to flip. How frustrating. So yellow now gets to do their actions. You work left to right, and you just basically do the events and the actions. Are they going to pick the top tile for industry or pay for usually the better action? Well, it is the better action at the bottom for 2 industry, but they're going to have to do this rioting. And do yellow want to do that? No, because they're going to lose 3 victory points. So they're going to go for the top, and they are going to move their industry 1. If they want to. Do they want to do that? Yes, let's do it. So they are now going to take 1 negative on this conservation track. This card's gone, and the yellow player is the first player on the next round. Red player then gets to do this event, which is flip their tiles. Boom. And they now get to do their action. Are they going to pay 2 coins? Which they got no money. So they're going to have to do the top action. And they're going to do 1 on the politics track. Boom. Oh, this is red. They go up here. They've got a choice. There's an arrow. Are they going to flip? They're going to use one of the books or flip them. Well, flipping them makes no sense. They're going to use it. So they're going to use this tile to go up the news. And, I should have actually moved this straight there because there's a black icon around it. So which track are we now going to venture on? You can do the same one again if you want. Maybe we want to go 1 more up the politics, which we're going to do. We go 1 more up there straight away, and we're going to get free money. We then get to activate one of our newspapers, which we haven't actually got the capability to do because we've already just used it and we haven't flipped it. But if we were on this track and we had the potential action, we could use it straight away, come back and not only get the bonus there, but then flip our books. So that is a really nice one at the Bureau to flip your books. But I'll come around to that in a minute. We've finished our action. This comes back here, so they're second in the next round. The remainder of the cards you just discard. End of the round. If you have more money than your limit, you just discard it to the supply. And this symbol means you're going to get victory points. Not typically on the A side, but on the B side, there's some ways to get points. But on this one here, you can see if you have your token in the satisfaction area, and there's no one to the right of you, you're going to get a victory point. And that is a round, folks. You then do income again, distribute the cards, place out, work from left to right, and then do those end game bits there. So what have we got on the board? Up here, we've got the culture. So this is all about, again, extra satisfaction for your population and working on this track. Because if this yellow player's up here, not only are they getting that point from round to round, you've got a better ratio of turning victory points into money, which you may need to do. And at the end of the game, there's more victory points on offer. Whereas here, if there's been a lot of rioting, you're going to be losing points. So that's the bulk of this track. This one, the politics track, you're going to go up and you're going to actually get a victory point for each spot you've gone up at the end of the game. Massive. Science, just a host of symbols, folks, and some nice VPs at the end. The bank gives you these reductions in costs throughout the game. The Bureau, so if you were here, you could go through the dotted line, gain that benefit, bring your token back to the beginning, and you get to flip your book. So this is all about bonuses in the game, and 5 VPs at the end there. Industry is all about getting that income from round to round and VPs. You then got these 2 tracks at the bottom, which you're trying to balance. So your conservation, if you come down in, you're on this one. You actually put one of these tokens on your school tiles and you can't use them. You got rioting, you got -5 VPs. And then we've kind of gone through that. You play out until these cards are gone. It's 12 rounds. You will then add up all your endgame points with this little timer symbol. So you get some negatives or bonus points from here. Some other little places like the politics, you can get some points here from in the game. There's more mixture of endgame and in-game points, depending on which board you use for A and B. Whoever has the most victory points is the winner of Rise. Enjoy.